Did I tell y'all the story about how I went to SDK but ended up at the Boiling Crab and ended up getting kicked out of the Boiling Crab? All right. I didn't. Let's talk about it. Now, this all took place in like Santa Monica area. If you in the LA area, then you know, you know. But y'all, the vibe was vibing, okay? I was cute.
Thank you.
I was enjoying myself. My crew was cute. We were having a good old time. You see the vibes, taking pictures, living my very best life in there. Okay, so right about there is where the waitress came and was like, "Oh, we're completely out of crab legs." Now, one of the people that was there, they don't eat, y'all, like regular food like that. They only eat like a selected amount of food. And that's neither here nor there. So they wanted some crab legs and french fries. Well, they didn't have the crab legs. So we had saw the boiling crab down the street. So their best friend was like, "Hey, well, there's a boiling crab right there. How about we just go to the boiling crab and get you some crab?" And we all eat crab. So none of us saw a problem with it. So everybody was kind of like, okay, we were okay with kind of switching the plan. Like, all right, let's leave SDK and let's go on right down to the boiling crab and just get us some crab since we all can eat that. So nobody felt left out, right? Right. Okay. Carry on. And I'm an ice cream girl. So while we waited, I'm like, why not go get a scoop? And y'all, I love me some Van Leeuwen, especially like the ice cream parlor Van Leeuwen is so good. So I was, as you can see, like, but we're in good spirits. It's good vibes. I'm enjoying myself. I make a show wherever I go, y'all. So if it's a song playing, I'ma sing it out loud. Here was my first boiled bag of clams. So like I said, we were having a good time. Everybody's eating, no problems. So as you can see, we got our food, crab legs, big, fat, juicy. When I tell you though, them crab legs was, they were big. They were true king crab. I will say that. Right. So we didn't have a problem. We all ordered, three people ordered a pound of king crab. I ordered a pound of king crab, 2 pounds of clams, and an order of corn. I was good. My friend ordered sausage, corn, and a pound of king crab. And then Mr. Picky ordered a pound of king crab, a shrimp basket, and corn. Cool. My cousin ordered a shrimp basket. Cool. So the pound of king crab was $90 per pound. We're good. Mind you, we were prepared to pay STK prices. We're good. Until the bill came. Oh. Y'all, they played us. Well, they tried. I'm going to say they tried to play us. That bill, now mind you, we asked before we ordered, like, okay, we just want a pound. I said, is it true? I asked specifically, is it true king crab? Because, you know, they've been playing lately, all these games with the food. And she said, yeah. The waitress said, yeah. She said, it's about 2 legs and a claw. That's normally a standard order. Cool. Y'all, when that bill came, it was over $600. Now you do the math. Okay. A pound of king crab is $90. I think my mussels was like 40. I mean, I keep saying mussels. No, my clams was like $40. The shrimp baskets are about $15 or less. So y'all do the math. 3 shrimp baskets. Oh, my friend got a shrimp basket too. So 3 shrimp baskets. $90 times 3 for king crab, and about $40 for some mussels. And I'm going to say about, just to be loose, $25, $30 for corn and sides, right? Oh, and then my other friend, she had got a bag too, but she didn't get no crab. She just got like shrimp, sausage, corn, and potatoes. That's all she wanted. So it was no way our bill should have been $600. I'm going to tell you what they did. They decided to charge us by the weight of whatever that order was for the king crab. So instead of us being charged $90, instead of them weighing the crab to $90, they decided to do the crab based on like what they standardly put in a bag, but they didn't tell us that, so we would be aware. So imagine my surprise when my crab cost like $170. I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. And then the other person crab is 130. And then it's another order of crab for 144. We're like, wait a minute. And I wish I would have got a picture of the receipt, but we were so confused because we didn't understand why they would charge it like that. And people cut up. Okay. Okay. So let me get to how we got kicked out, or more so asked to leave respectfully. Right. Okay. So I realized why I didn't take a picture of the receipt. When they came, they took the receipt. So they was like holding the receipt. Now, the manager initially was like, I'm not doing anything about this bill. Like, this is what we do. The waitress, this is where the disrespect came in, right? He's like, the waitress says she tried to explain it to y'all, but y'all wouldn't listen. Excuse me? How didn't we listen? You didn't tell us. So that was like, to me, they were making like slick little sly remarks and stuff in comments. Like we were trying to purposely not pay our bill. Like, first off, we could put a card on this table that'll clear the check. Stop playing. Like, no, we're not unemployed. We're not broke. We're not trying to, get out of paying. We just said we want to pay for what we ordered. He was like, no. And then he was like, well, the least I can do is take one of the king crab orders and take it down to $90, but you're going to have to pay the rest. And we're like, nah, like that's unacceptable. So everybody was, respectfully going around the table, like telling them like, that's not right. Like, that's not what we were told. We asked, and that's not what was explained to us. I ended up getting irritated. So I stood up and I started talking to this man. Now I did get a little loud, but I don't. First off, y'all, I don't cuss. So I didn't cuss this man out. I didn't say nothing crazy to this man. I just told him flat out, like, nah, like we ain't paying that. Like you could sucker all these people up in here to pay whatever. And we're not doing that. Like we're going to pay for what we ordered, period. So literally it was back and forth. And then I was sitting there and literally, y'all, I was like, why am I not recording this? I grabbed my phone. I pulled out my phone to record because I was like, y'all going on social media. Like, I'm about to now I'm about to cut up and make a scene. Cause we was like, call the police, like call the law. They was like, no, we're not doing any of that. Cause yeah, y'all wrong. I said, y'all robbing people. I told them flat out, y'all are robbing people. Y'all are thieves. Okay. So, the assistant manager who was standing there the whole time whispered something to the manager about social media. And then my friend, she wasn't cutting up like normal. She was on her best behavior, but you feel me? Like everybody just had a problem with it. So it went from, I can't help y'all, to then, well, I could only go down on one of the king crab orders to the $90 to, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and clear the check and ask y'all to leave. Y'all don't have to pay nothing. It's on me tonight. Not that I have a problem, of course, with someone treating me or my check being cleared. The problem and the issue was the fact that y'all be robbing people. Okay, so if y'all are one to go to the Boiling Crab, I don't know what your go-to crab spot is. Mine is not the Boiling Crab. The crab spot I go to, the prices are honest. They're upfront. You know what you're paying for. You know what you're getting. And it's better. It tastes better. The Boiling Crab ain't been the same in years. I have not ate at the Boiling Crab in years. And they reminded me why. So my normal crab spot is my go-to. But I'm going to just tell you right now, if you plan on going to the Boiling Crab anytime soon, you better watch that check. Okay? You better watch that order, because when I tell you they try to play in our face, they try to play in our face. But they did ask us to leave respectfully. This is the location. It's in the like Santa Monica area, right by that SDK we were at. And this is the cross street. Now, if you go to this one, just be aware, right?